Hello guys and welcome back. Today we're going to do another review. Today it's going to be on the Sideshow Batman 6 scale collectible figure. A little late on this one, I realized that, but recently my interest in Batman has I guess reached a fever pitch, as started with the Arkham Batman, and then the Mezco and the video game. Picked up a PS4. Been playing a lot of Arkham Knight. So again, just been peaked. Also watching the Dark Knight Returns animated movie. Just really been into it lately. So decided to go ahead and give the Sideshow Batman a shot. Check them out for myself. Pretty cool artwork here on the back. The blue and gray version of Batman. Box is pretty simple shoebox. Batman along the sides. Some bats. Very minimalist look. But I'm going to go ahead and crack this open and take a look at the Sideshow Collectibles comic version of Batman. Stay tuned. Alright guys, just wanted to go ahead and give you a quick look at the inner tray of the figure. Where pretty much most of the accessories are held. I'm going to get into these closer, but I just thought I'd do a quick rundown for what's included. So you've got a total of 7 extra hands. You've got the bat grappling hook and 4 different batarangs, and of course the display stand. So get into those briefly. Just wanted to give you a look at what it looks like in package. Alright, so here is the comic version of Batman out of package. And this guy is pretty cool. He's pretty fun too. So what you got here is the classic kind of 70s-ish Batman with the blue and gray. Now this figure is really kind of an amalgam of different Batmans. You get some vibes from certain comics like Hush. You also get kind of the Dark Knight Returns look with the short ears and the kind of older, gritty looking faceplate, which you're looking at right now. There are 2 heads included. I'll get into that. And you get that heavily pouched cloth bat belt or utility belt. So you get kind of a mix of a few different looks, and with that, you know, you can kind of recreate the one that you want the most. And the one that I really wanted to kind of pull out of this figure is the Frank Miller-esque. Of course, the bat symbol is certainly wrong. The belt is close, but not quite exact. But the physique on this guy is also kind of close to that too. He's very big, bulky, heroic looking. Obviously the Dark Knight Returns one is a little stockier and maybe even a little bit more muscular, but it kind of gives me that vibe, and I like it. And it's a pretty well done figure all around. I'll get into some minor issues with the figure as we go along, but overall it's a pretty cool looking Batman. Give you a 360. The cape is something pretty nice, pretty special too. You can see here it's quite large and imposing, so you can get pretty much whatever look you want to do with that, whether it's cloaked or thrown over his shoulder. You know, you could do that. It's pretty nice, and the material used is pretty heavy. It almost looks leather-like, but not quite. It's a unique look to the fabric itself. Kind of get in closer on that so you can get a better idea what I'm talking about. It's got a sheen to it, so it gives a leather-like appearance in pictures, but actually in person it still looks like a fabric, like a sheen fabric, and it's stitched together with each panel, which is really nice. And then the under layer is more of a standard fabric, but again, it's pretty large. You can pretty much get whatever look you want to get, whether it's fully cloaked, thrown back. It lays very nicely. It hangs because it's got that weight to it, which is really cool. And the color of the fabric matches the paintwork on the gloves and the cowl. Excellent, very nice. So kind of bringing that back over the shoulders. He's obviously in tights. It's a classic comic book look, so the physique being muscular certainly works. This is not, you know, your typical Christian Bale or movie looking Batman. You know, he's very big and oversized, you know, kind of looks like a bodybuilder, which is kind of neat because it really brings out that comic look to it, which is nice. Now getting into the face sculpt itself, the cowl, the short ears, very reminiscent of the Frank Miller Dark Knight Returns. And then the faceplate they've used here, or they've given us, is that gritty, older looking Batman. A lot of people don't like this. Think it looks kind of goofy, but I think it works for an old man Batman, for that Frank Miller-esque style. A lot of people also have complained about the color of the skin tone, and it's kind of dark, but I think it still works. Could be lighter. I mean, there's always room to improve on anything, but overall, he definitely looks like a pretty gritty looking Batman, and that's really what I wanted out of this figure. And I will get into the other head shortly, so stay tuned for that. The body itself, the joints are pretty tight. Everything is solid. It's got a little bit of a ratchety feel to it, so as you pose it around, you get a ratchet. Same thing in the shoulders. And what's nice about the costume itself, it doesn't really hinder your articulation at all. The only problem spot I came across is this left elbow. Still on the ratchet, but it's not as tight as his right arm, so it's a little loose there. But he can, obviously, as you can see, still hold a pose. But the rest of the body itself, real quality. The knee joints, everything is nice and stiff. The ankles especially, very important. Articulation point is very tight. And it's a two-piece boot, so you can get a lot of nice poses. Up, down. You get the pivot. And again, very tight. So it holds its pose very well. So really nicely done body that Sideshow put together for this DC, and looks like they're also using it for their Marvel line as well. Pretty solid. I'm really liking it quite a bit, so maybe in for some more of these figures as they come out. They are making a black version, Gotham Knight version of this figure. I think I will be picking that up as well because I really like this one. And I do prefer the blue and gray, but the black and gray costume is also very cool. And you get a few more head plates. At least for me, this is the standard edition. There was a Sideshow exclusive where you got an extra battle damage head plate and cowl. But with the standard, you only get two. This is the other one. The more relaxed, calmer faceplate and longer ears. Of course, the black and gray version will come with 3 heads, but that's a story for another review. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and cut into accessories. Okay, so now getting into accessories, just go over the hands really quick. You get 3 extra left hands and 4 extra right. You got a karate chopping hand here. You got a hand for holding the batarangs, and then also the kryptonite ring hand for fighting Superman. It's one of the more interesting ones. Pretty cool looking there. Does have a jewel look to it, so that's very nice. And then of course batarang holding left hand, a hand for holding the grapple hook, grapple gun, again another larger batarang holding hand, and the karate chopping left hand. Then going into the batarangs, you get 4. So with these, you notice there's 3 of the same. The smaller ones, they're just little batarangs, pretty small. Got a little paint to show wear, show that they're metal. They are in fact plastic. And then the larger one is got a little bit more detail to it. So with this one, you get a little bit of like that, I don't know, carbon fiber look in the center of the wings. Some more detail kind of framing at the bat, and then the silver paint representing the sharper edges of it. So very cool little array of batarangs. And then the grapple gun, it's pretty nicely done. It is a little bit like an old-fashioned looking grapple gun. And you see it's also worn. You got the paint chipped away from a lot of use. It's darkened in the middle here, so it's 2 tones, like gray into dark gray. Beat up, heavily used. It's got some nice wear on it. It's kind of a modular set too, so you can pull this off. You can change the different attachments on here. So this is fully adjustable, so it's articulated, so you can pose it however you want, you know, kind of all the way back like it's ready to be shot. Or and then they got the rope attachment if you want to display it that way. So this is a really nice piece. Really like this one. So you get that, and then finally the additional head and faceplate, which is the long ears and neutral expression. And then these just pop off right from the back. You just pop them out, switch them, so they are interchangeable, so you can get whatever look you want on whichever cal you're looking for. So pretty nice array of accessories. And of course you get the display stand itself, which does come with an extra flight stand, which is kind of, for me, I don't like it, so I just went straight for the regular crotch grabber look. But they do give you the this extra flight stand with a C clamp, so you can put them in jumping poses. But again, not really into that. Alright, so here's Batman using his grapple hook, shooting it up into the sky. It's kind of showing you a little bit of the articulation here. It's a pretty good posability where you can arch his ribs to the side, pull it all the way up. You'll notice the costume will stretch and bend to most poses, but again, be careful. This is a, you know, I kind of pushed it to the limit here, but it doesn't hold back the articulation, which is nice. Just kind of got him in a pose where he's walking up, about to just launch back up into the sky, the Gotham buildings. And I also did take the time to switch out the other cowl, so you can see what that looks like actually on the figure. It's pretty cool as well. I do like this one. I do prefer the short ear version, but that's just personal preference. There's actually nothing wrong with this one. It's pretty cool with the taller ears as well, and then the neutral faceplate, a little bit more calmer. Of course, you can switch out the faceplates, but you can go for whatever look you like, which is cool. I like that they've given us the option. But very cool indeed. So I'm really liking this figure, and I'm glad I went back and picked it up. Any of you that have passed, you can take a look now. I picked mine up at Big Bad Toy Store, and I got him on sale. He's only $183 right now, which is not a ton off, but for what you get, it's actually a pretty good deal, and it is a sale, so it's definitely below the $199 price tag that this figure retails for. So I do recommend taking a look at it. If you liked what you've seen here and you want to get a Batman for yourself, recommend go check them out. Of course, you could also check out eBay or Sideshow Collectibles themselves. If you have a coupon or rewards points built up, maybe you want to add this guy to your collection. But I'm very glad that I did, and I will be picking up the Gotham Knight version as well when that comes out. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, subscribing, and commenting. Until next time.